and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Stakeholder Outreach Initiative by P3 World Council. The Stakeholder Outreach Initiative is an endeavor by P3 World Council to reach out to business leaders, experienced professionals, and the entire PPP ecosystem across the globe to understand the impact of COVID-19, the upcoming economic recovery and the steps to it, the challenges that governments, that nations are facing, and what we all need to do and come together and join our hands. As a part of this initiative, I have with me today for our interaction Ms. Diana Patricia from Colombia. Before I begin, let me give you a short introduction of Diana. Diana has more than 18 years of professional expertise, and she has held high relevance positions at the public and private sector, where she has structuring and executing several consulting, construction, and concession projects in sectors such as transport, infrastructure, real estate, and utilities. She has been a member of board of directors in companies since 2002, and she has been a consultant for PPP projects. She has an important professional relationship and knowledge about the environment of projects in her country. This is something that we would definitely be interested to know from Diana about the environment of projects, especially related to PPPs in Colombia. Diana is a civil engineer. She's a specialist in finance. She has done her master's in environmental management for sustainable development. She has also done her master's in public-private partnerships and is a certified PPP professional from CP3P and is currently studying infrastructure law. That's great to know, Diana, about you.
Okay, thanks for your invitation, Harshal. It's really good for me participate in this important group and understand that we need to help us in order to understand the different impact of the pandemic in each country and try to learn about the different experience of different countries and try to use this information for become better our projects.
I agree with your point, Diana, because the corona pandemic, it's a global pandemic. It's an unprecedented, I mean, we have not seen, our generation has not seen something like this before. And it's not limited to a few nations, but it is global. I mean, every nation in the world is, grappling with it. And I'm sure we all have a lot to learn from each other. And that's why P3 World Council has taken this initiative to reach out to people across the world, different continents, different regions, different markets, different sectors, in regards to what can be done, what are the best practices that can be shared with our viewers. So that is what the objective of this Stakeholder Outreach Initiative is. So as we begin, since we have set the precedence for this particular conversation, COVID-19, that's something which is the most talked about topic or the most troubled thing of 2020. My first question to you, Diana, is considering Colombia, how has been the impact of COVID-19 on business, on the entire business environment out there?
Okay, Harshal, as you know, Colombia had one of the best businesses environments in Latin America, and is one of the most competitive countries in the region. Okay. But the country had suffered the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic in different ways, depending on the variation of the number of cases in each region and the specific and different regulation established by the local governments. In general, business sectors such as hotels, manufacturing, retail, services, restaurants, and car sales, I think that had the biggest impact. However, the national government has been established several guidelines and measures for reactivating the sectors, always looking to mitigate reactivating the sectors, but avoid the propagation as well as properly manage of the coronavirus pandemic. It's a really difficult balance between investing in infrastructure, for example, and investing in health care. But the government has to try to recover this its economic.
I understand. And I agree with your point, Diana. And we have seen almost all the countries that they have all gone through lockdowns. They have all gone through where, the economic wheel has stopped. And not only, I mean, it's not like limited to one particular sector, but like all the sectors have got impacted. So considering the Latin America region, or considering Colombia to be specific, as per you, as a professional out there, what are the top three, or the important sectors you feel have got severely impacted because of COVID-19?
Okay. Now, the services sector, for example, hotels and other sectors still close. And the transport sector, including airlines and public transport, have reduced their capacities.
Okay.
I think that this could be the sectors that has the severely impact for the coronavirus. However, the infrastructure and the construction were the first sectors here in Colombia that reopened after the lockdown.
Okay.
Its activities will continue under strict health safety conditions, and
Okay.
several projects are now active, allowing that the economy recover begins and maybe the economy moves.
Okay, okay, okay. That's good to know. Diana, with regards to the conversations that we are having with stakeholders across the world, especially in context to the ongoing business impact, one thing that we are listening to or coming across like a common tune is that one of the ways to see an economic recovery, one of the ways to see a growth or the green shoots back again, is to basically come together, like collaborations and partnerships. And one of the ways what P3 World Council actively advocates for is, I say about, is public-private partnerships. So my question to you is, how is the outlook, or what is the outlook you see for PPP projects in Colombia?
Okay, I think that the PPP projects with public funds will suffer the biggest impact, given the fact that some of the public funds had to be relocated into the health sector. Nevertheless, in the last Colombia investment roadshow executed in past July, the country presents about 30 projects in different levels of maturity. You can consult this information. We can consult this information in www.procolombia.co. But I think that we have a lot of projects in infrastructure, transport, maybe roads, airports, in energy, technology, agrobusiness, oil and gas, and others.
Okay, okay, that's good to know. The important sectors out there. When we talk about PPPs, Diana, I mean, one thing that we all speak about, and since when we have multiple stakeholders getting involved on a particular project like a PPP, I'm sure there are a lot of issues and challenges all of us face. I mean, that's but natural for any business. My question to you is, pertaining or specific to Colombia, what are the regional dynamics or the regional issues and challenges that PPP projects or business in general you face out there?
Okay, from my perspective, we have two main challenges. The first one is to offer an optimal return for the investors, and the second one is looking for a good guidelines to offer a guarantee for the different stakeholders in different projects, because now some things are uncertain. We have to think that how can go on and understand the new normality.
That's correct. That's correct. No, what you put out a point with regards to guarantees is is required more now because the investor appetite has gone down and the risk of investments has increased, and everybody is fearful considering the market prospects and considering the impact COVID-19 has had on businesses and economies, especially the banking system, the financial system. It has collapsed. It's a wrong word to use collapsed, but it has got severely impacted. And that's why what you said, for governments, for PPP authorities, it would be more important, or that would be a Herculean task for them to make PPP projects more bankable and make it
Yes.
more bankable for the investors or the private sector private sector participation, basically. Having discussed about the issues and challenges, now since you are an experienced professional, you've got a lot of experience. As per you, what do you feel can be the solutions? What do you recommend? What can be the solutions for this? How should this be handled? What are your views on that?
Okay, we have to understand the new circumstances,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that the government has to maybe reformulate the projects and their contracts in order
Okay.
to try to attract more participants and try to bring the attention up of the international competitors and new international competitors,
Okay.
and has to review the way that the new projects are structuring, because we try to do the things the things at the same way
Okay.
that we are doing in the last years, but now we have to try to understand the structuring of the projects
Mm-hmm.
and match them to the new circumstances, to the new normality.
Okay. 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 All right. All right. Good to know that. My last question, Diana, in this context is, um Colombia as a market. If any private sector, if any investor, or if anyone wants to be a part of the PPP ecosystem in Colombia, as a regional stakeholder or as a person who knows the in and out of the Colombian market, what would be your advice or recommendation for someone who is considering to be a part of the Colombian growth story or the Colombian PPP ecosystem? So, like, these are the like top three, one, two, three. These are the things you would advise that, okay, consider these things as an advice or as a recommendation.
Okay, I think that we have to re-estimate the time of the project versus the investment,
Okay.
looking to make them more suitable
Mm-hmm.
with the new normality.
Okay.
We have to get in all the information regarding social issues, environmental issues, and
Mm-hmm.
understand the new circumstances for the government and all of the stakeholders.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we have a big challenge, and it is to get the extensions for the contracts in the projects that are now in execution, to
Okay.
guarantee the profitability of the investors and the full services for the government. But you have to put these two things in the balance,
Okay.
and I think that the way is to get the extensions, but these extensions, but maybe the way that the contracts in Colombia are structuring
Mm-hmm.
could be difficult, this task, but it's really a challenge.
Okay, okay, okay. That's good to know, and it's great to have an insight from you, Diana, about a country that is, looking forward to transform and looking forward to, get back its growth after the COVID-19 pandemic, especially in context to the the Latin American aspect. That is what you gave us, and I really thank you for the time that you gave us on the call. And we wish definitely a faster economic recovery for your country. And thank you so much for, lending your time for P3 World Council and for this interactive discussion.
Okay, thank you, and thank you for permitting me to be part of this group.
Thank you, Diana. Thank you so much.
Okay.